So if this is your first time joining my live, I'm Coach Jay. I'm a business and mindset coach. I have been doing this full time for almost about 4 years. I'm my own Elocin Consulting. So that's my specialization, is that I coach leaders, experts, entrepreneurs, how to run profitable coaching practices and businesses. If you feel inclined, if you feel led, you're more than welcome to share this broadcast with those people. You can share it in the DMs if you don't want to share it on your feed. If you want to share it on your feed, that would be great. But today, like I said, if you feel like quitting, if you feel like you want to give up, if you feel like you want to throw in the towel, I want you to always come back to this video. I'm also going to post this on YouTube. So if you don't see it here on Facebook after a couple of days, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe and watch this again. I may need to pin it up at the top, because what we're doing now is that we're creating legacy content. So I want my great-grandchildren to learn from me, right? I want my great-grandchildren to be able to tap into YouTube, the Googles of the world, whoever, and be able to see their great-great-grandmother talk to them. This is how you can immortalize yourself. Amen, somebody. This is how you can definitely put yourself in the cyberspace and live forever. People can learn from your essence. It's good already. It's good already. So what I want to really help with right now is to help you understand that when you have been committed to doing something extraordinary with your life, something that you've never done before. In fact, when you look back at your generational lineage, a lot of people in your life, a lot of people in your family have never done what you are doing. They can't really give you advice. They can't really give you insight. They can't really help you understand what to do and give you insight, give you wisdom. So a lot of these people don't really know what to say to you when you start working in your vision, right? So your vision is the business. It's the vehicle to the wealth that you want to obtain for your life. And when you decide to do something astronomical like that, it's going to be different. You're going to feel different. It's going to be some times where you're going to want to say, I don't want to do this no more. You're going to cry sometimes. You're going to second guess your own sanity. Sometimes you're going to be thinking like, should I do it? Should I not? Should I keep going? But I'm telling you right now that the vision that was given to you, these times were factored in when the vision was presented to you. I remember somebody saying this to me a long time ago, that when visions and imaginations are dropped in your spirit for something that you really want to do, I want you to think about the fact that the vision that was given to you was just not going to be for the good times, right? It wasn't just going to be for the times where, like the economy was going to be great. Like it was going to be just people all just flourishing with checks everywhere and money everywhere and all this other stuff. It wasn't going to look like it was in 2021, right? When everybody had stimulus checks and was spending, and PPP loans was just running down like the Mississippi River. Because there was going to be some days where you're going to second guess your faith. You're going to second guess your own sanity. Now, don't forgive me for my bare walls. I'm in the midst of redecorating my entire townhome. So you're going to see pictures and all this stuff. Because see, this is what I'm doing. Let me tell y'all what my vision is. Because see, when Elocin Consulting, my company, was given to me, okay, this was years ago, but I didn't make it a legitimate business until 2020. But it was in my spirit years before that. And I was so nervous. I was like, oh, if I do this, I really gotta. Let me tell you something. When that company dropped in my spirit, I really literally had to think about for better or for worse. Because see, when the creator gives you a business or gives you an idea, gives you a vision, it's not just for when you feel good. It's not something little. That's why I tell people, you got to know when you have a divine business or when you have just a cash in, cash out kind of thing. Like it's, it's something that, like, a divine business is a business that lasts throughout generations. It keeps going past you. Even if you don't have any children, it keeps going past you. Somebody benefits from that. And that's why sometimes y'all got to start asking the divine, asking the creator, asking God for successors. If it's not going to be your children, it's got to be somebody, because God didn't give you that business idea just for you and you only. Many of you have businesses that are going to last throughout generations. And you need wisdom and discernment for that. So the vision that I have is not only Elocin being the main company, but having different divisions. Because see, as a content creator, right, as an executive a leadership coach, as a business coach that works with women, that also works with corporations and businesses, I'm also a content creator. So then people can come in and learn and get digital courses and things of that nature. But also the aesthetics of my home life is going to be a representative of the work that I do. This is purpose, which means that what does that look like? Like my townhome, especially the bottom floor, because my top floor is for my sleeping quarters, my creative imagination processing center. So when I go to bed at night, that is my imagination processing center. I want God to deal with me as I slumber. Because see, this is a life work. I ain't mean to go in this hard. Some of y'all got to deepen your vision past money. Money gonna always be there. Money gonna always come to you. You're gonna always be taken care of. Your bills and your investments are always safe. You got to live that every day. Every day you get up, that is the mandate. That's the understanding that I have with spirit. I don't have no second guessing about that. Because see, I don't live by what they tell me about the economy. I don't live by what people tell me about the Putins of the world and the Bidens of the world. That's not even my forte. Now I stay informed, because I think there is a difference between being informed and being versus being the victim of propaganda. There's a difference. But to be informed about global affairs, that is very important. However, the business, the vision that was given to me was already factored in. If all the events of the world that's happening right now, it was factored into the vision. So this is the thing. Some people say, well, you got to know when what they say, you got to know when to fold them and when no, we're gonna hold this one. And I'm gonna tell you why we gotta hold it. Because some of y'all gonna come out on the other side of this. And you gonna remember these times. Because there's a lot of people that went through 2008, 2009, 2007, through that whole recession stuff that was going on. There were some people that went through that, and it was some of the darkest times in their business. But because they held the vision, they came out on the other side as multimillionaires. This is that 2007, 2008, 2009 time. And so you got a lot of people that's giving up and saying, well, maybe I'm just going back to the 9 to 5. I mean, go to the 9 to 5 if you have to. Like, I'm not telling you not to do, not to stabilize your nervous system if that's what you got to do. But for those of you who are out here full time, you need to learn the tools and what you need to stabilize your body. Even if you got to cry it off and move on. I'm talking too hard. Let me calm down. Because sometimes I can I want to leave y'all in this. You know, this ain't no little bitty something that you're doing. This is a transgenerational thing that you're doing. Some of y'all need to go and dust off that notebook that you didn't slammed in the corner because you was mad one day because nobody liked your post. You need to go dig up on Google Drive or whatever and get that checklist and get that document that you wrote your business plan out on. And you need to remind yourself of what you said you were going to do. I would even dare to say, go back and get your last prophecy. That's the next level right there. That's next level. I'm giving up. Look, I'm giving up because my posting go viral. We got to grow up. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. Y'all quiet. And see, this takes maturing. This takes understanding. This takes discernment. This takes understanding legacy. This takes understanding your behaviors and what type of person you are becoming in the process. Because like I told y'all at the beginning of this, some of y'all are addicted to doing, but you have to become just as obsessed with becoming like you are with doing. And if you say that you are supposed to be a wealth generator, if you say that you're supposed to be a wealth catalyst, if you say that you're breaking generational curses, if you say you're doing all of these things, doing also requires you to become. And when you become, things naturally come to you. Because you're doing, you have to be able to, what is it called? Prove the work. And many times in the beginning, you're proving yourself to yourself. You are your first client. You got to sell yourself on the longevity of the business. You got to sell yourself on your own leadership. Y'all, I don't know if y'all sleep. I told y'all, some of y'all get quiet, get on my live and get all quiet and meek and but I see, look, I told somebody, like, I see y'all on other people's lives and you just hardening up and yeah, then I see you talking to me. Where y'all at? And let me know if this video is freezing. Let me know, because y'all know me. I will switch to Instagram in a New York minute. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. I will do it. I will do it. But I want to give you some insight because I know that many of you need to start working on your person. You need to start working on yourself. You need to start filling your mind up with data. New data. Some of y'all need to double it. Who's here? Give me some hearts if you still watching. Let me know who's still here, because I need to know. I'm trying to get y'all to understand giving up is not an option. I'm telling you that straight up. Giving up is not an option. It is not an option. Giving up is not an option. It's not an option. I'm trying to help you to understand that. You need to put that in your mental database, in your spiritual database. Giving up is not an option. There is no other way. That's right, Ayana. There is no other way than to just understand that this is it. Because on the other side of this, I'm going to be able to testify how through everybody that was giving up, everybody that was closing their business, everybody that was saying, I'm done, saying that I'm finished, I can't handle it, this is too much for me. Those talks are individuals that did not spend enough time filling their bodies and their minds up with new information and new knowledge about who they are becoming. Every waking, I'm going to help you. I'm about to help you. I'm about to help you. I'm about to help you. I'm really about to help you right now. I'm saying this, but I really want you to hear what I'm saying and not just take it at face value and take it as a grain of salt and just say, okay, she's just talking and, let me listen to what else she's got to say. I need you to write this down. And it you can listen now and then write it down, or listen out and come back, watch this over again and write it down again. I'm going to tell you this. If you have been struggling in keeping your vision, you need to spend every waking moment doing just a few key things. Number one, of course, building relationships. Of course, number two, making sure that you are making offers on a regular basis, that you're sending proposals and all that good stuff, but that you spend your other waking moments filling your mind up with new information about the self that you are becoming, because you got to study who you are becoming. Some of you have to study who you are becoming. For the simple fact that y'all still quiet on that, you got to just, I don't even know. I hope everybody up. Because I'm saying things, and I know that y'all have heard it so many times. Oh, it's just, I got to get a different strategy. The strategies are fine. There's so many strategies. There's so many strategies out there, but who are you becoming through all of this? Because some of y'all really got an issue with tearing yourselves away from people of the past. Some of y'all really got issues with keeping people around you that's not going anywhere. And I don't understand why y'all have to do that. Because who you are becoming requires you to let some of all this go. All these old relationships, all these people that don't mean good. If everybody around you is working for somebody and they're talking about doom and gloom, and they're talking about the rent is too high, everybody's talking about the bacon is too much, everybody's talking about the chicken is this and that. Like, everything is centered around, we got to get some more paper towels and tissue. Those are low level conversations. Why are we talking about that? Why do you have people around you that are talking about these things? That's basic. There are people that are committed to being basic. And with you having a calling on your life, with you having this astronomical multi-million-dollar vision in your belly, you are electing to be around those who are committed to being basic when you were called to be great. I don't understand that. I don't understand how y'all be feeling bad about that. Don't feel bad about that. Sometimes when you create your own spiritual warfare and you get up in the morning and you fight and fight and fight, like some of y'all fight posting. You fight. I don't want to sound like everybody else. I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want, honey, just be. In fact, the reason why you're so focused on not being like somebody else is because you're not learning who you're becoming, because you're so worried about everybody else. I don't want to be, I don't want everybody to look, I don't want to be like, girl, just, okay, well, find out who you are. Find out who you are and settle on it. Settle on it and let's go. Some of you are addicted to being busy and nothing is happening. You need to get to work. This feminine, masculine, this, like I told people, hustle is not a bad word anymore when you're poor. Hustle is not a bad word anymore when your business is not generating any income. Hustle is not a bad word anymore when your children are asking, can I have this and can I get this and can we get some groceries? Are you kidding me? Sometimes you got to put a little hustle in the game. Sometimes you got to post the content when you don't feel like posting content. Sometimes you're going to have to call that company or go after that company, email that company. So you're going to have to do some things that you never thought you would be doing 2 years ago. But now you have to do them. You have to do them. Why? Because the call to go greater and deeper is more potent than ever before. Because there's a lot of things that you said you weren't going to do in 2024. And you got to do it because your lineage is on the line. Your bloodline is on the line. Your name is on the line. Your business is being jeopardized. Everything you've worked for is being compromised because it is time for you to rise up. The vision isn't dead, but you're going to kill it. I don't even know where it came from. I know where it came from. Some of you are allowing the vision to die just because you're lazy. You procrastinate. You get up late. You go to bed late. You get 2 hours of sleep of just doom scrolling, talking on the phone for 3-4 hours about nothing, watching all these binge shows on Netflix and Hulu. And I know y'all gonna say, some of y'all are gonna say, well, I can watch Hulu. I'm not even talking to you then. I'm talking to the ones who know that they are meant for 500 years of legacy building. I'm not talking to everybody. And some of you, y'all got to stop listening to everybody. Because I'm going to tell you this, when I start going quieter and quieter on these social webs, my head down for real. Because some of y'all don't recognize that fat meat ain't greasing until it's time for you to put in that elbow grease. And feminine masculine is going to go straight out the window when they carry your stuff outside. The devil is a lie. And I'm not even religious. You have got to make a choice and you've got to make a decision. I'm going to say this again. You have got to make a decision to this day. I don't want to do this. I don't want to create. I don't want to build on here. And I don't want to do this. And I don't feel like it. I don't feel like doing this. And I don't feel like calling this person. I don't feel like emailing this person. And I don't like DMs. Find something and be consistent with it. I don't care if it's flyers. I don't care if you put your business on a cardboard box and stand out on the corner and say, call us for this. You got to go after what you want. And we are out that whole attraction. I want to attract clients. I want people to just come to me. Get out of the sand. Because everybody ain't coming to you right now. Sometimes you got to go out and get what you want. I know I heard, somebody, I got to fill my calendar up. Well, people ain't just coming like they was at first. No, they are coming. You just got to get deeper. You just got to go a little bit harder than you did last year and the year before that. Because see, this is the thing. This is the thing right here. Building relationships will never go out of style. But because you have gotten so tired of people and emotions, because you haven't started building up your own emotional management system, you have got to start working on that again. Because I'm going to tell you this, the vibration of the planet is sliding down, but it's people, there are people right now that are meant for this time period to raise up the vibration of this planet. And you were chosen to be one of those people. And you are allowing your gift and your calling to go down the sewer because you haven't done the work on yourself. You need to forgive the past, divorce the past, collect yourself, get in the trenches, roll up your sleeves, tie your hair in a ponytail, put some Vaseline on your lips, put on a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, and get to work, baby. Get that Wi-Fi going. Go to a cafe if you have to. Sit in your home office area at the kitchen table if you have to, and set the bar high. You gotta go. Phone needs to be on D&D. If it's not about a deal, if it's not about a client, if it's not about a meeting, if it's not about setting up a meeting, if it's not about a discovery call, if it's not about having a 15-minute consult, if it's not about any of those things, if it's not about a proposal, if it's not about a referral, if it's not about a speaking engagement, a podcast invitation, a magazine editorial invitation, if it's not about collaborations, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't have plans for Valentine's Day. People are like, you got Valentine's Day. Baby, my Valentine's Day is building wealth. You think I'm worried about a man right now? Is worried about being somebody's? I don't have time to be nobody's wife. I've done that twice. I quit. I'm over it. Valentine's is work. Valentine's is winning. I love me. And I love me enough to build. I'm going to say that again. Some of y'all need to cancel all that. I'm trying to find somebody to give me a rose or something. Girl, please. Self-care is caring about yourself enough to go get this work. To go get these referrals. To go and get these clients. To go and fill up your client roster. Mm-mm. 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 I'm going to be somebody take me out. Take yourself to the library. Go check out some books. Go sit at the bar, have a steak, and make a connection. Take your business cards if you got them, and sit at the bar and have conversations and talk about RFPs, proposals. You got to get out of that. You got to get out of that. Mm-mm. 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 I'm excited about this time. I'm excited about this era. I've been talking about it. We have been discussing this. And the thing is that the reason why so many people are allowing their visions to go by the wayside, because this is the thing. You have allowed people to tell you that you're tired. You have heard I'm tired 1,000 times a day, and you have adopted that same feeling. You have got to stop listening to people talk about how tired they are. We are in the age of technology. You do not need to have your physical body to do labor and toil. And even if you have to do a little labor, it's not as much as in the past. I admire people that grew their businesses during very hard times in history where technology was not there, like internet and AI and all of that. We are privileged. And somebody said this, and I really thought this was interesting take on where we are. That we have become so free that we got to find ways to still keep the chains because we don't want to give them up. When you too free, you create your own problems. Mm, 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 mm. Don't want to give them up. Don't want to give them up. Can't give them up. You got to keep your hell on earth. You got to keep it. You got to keep your struggle. You got to keep your pain. I got to keep the pain. Look at what you have manifested in the past 2 years. Look at what you have manifested in the past 3 years. Some of y'all are 10 light years ahead of where you were 3 years ago. Look what you've manifested. That's powerful. Some of y'all have been able to win contracts out of the blue. And you're sitting here thinking over and over again, can I do this? That, you know, we had a popular restaurant owner here in Memphis to close their doors on their restaurant. And I thought that was very unfortunate. And when I heard about that, I mean, I've never been to the place, but I've heard, you know, so many people talk about it. She's been very, you know, famous for different recipes and dishes and being on TV and things of that nature, but she closed her business down. And I said to myself, this is very unfortunate. And I understand that people have to do what they feel they have to do for their own mental health and emotional health. But there is something that women have to grow. And this is going to be very controversial. And she's a woman, which is why I brought her up. I'm going to say this is going to be very, very anti-feminine soft life. Okay. I'm just telling you that straight up. So if you want to log off, that's fine. If you identify with soft life and no wealth, which is crazy to me. Women have to adopt an inner warrior spirit, an inner lioness spirit. Like you have to develop an inner lioness that I don't care what comes or what goes. This is going to work because I said it's going to work. I need to get that out. Some of y'all need to become lionesses. You've got to start developing this dark feminine aspect. Get your due. Get your due. This is due season. You don't let no economy run you off the track. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You need to get up. If you're going to go to bed late at night, and if you're going to have to get up early, let it be because you're trying to close more clients, that you're trying to move the needle in your life and move the needle in your business. Some of y'all don't even have the bandwidth to be poor. That's not even in your DNA. So I don't even know why you're allowing people to even put you in that pot. Some of y'all going to get second, third, fourth jobs for what? You have a business. Work it. Work the business. Ain't no pride. There is no such thing as pride when you're building a 500-year business. There's no such thing as pride. No such thing. No such thing. Not at all. It doesn't even exist. Because some of us got this thing twisted. We got this thing real twisted. Giving up. And I'm on the other side of the spectrum. I don't care about what folks say. Oh, well, you know, sometimes you have to do what's best for you. You got to stop going backwards. And some of us are doing default things instead of creating new defaults. You got to create new defaults in your life and in your business. You got to create new defaults, which means that what am I becoming? Who am I? How am I unfolding? What connections am I making? Who am I allowing into my ear? Who am I allowing into my life? Who am I allowing myself to connect with every day? Am I connecting with God every day? What does that look like for me? And where am I going? These are very simple questions. Quitting is not an option. That's silly talk. It's absolute silly talk. Your children deserve to see something better. Your family deserves to see somebody that made it. Your friends need inspiration. You are it. You were chosen to go first. Of course, you're going to have it a little tougher than other people. This road is not easy. I'm going to say that again. Building a business from absolute zero it's not easy. There's nothing easy about it. Simple, yes. Easy, no. Because during this road, you're going to be going up and down this roller coaster. And up and down this roller coaster, you're going to learn a lot of different things about yourself, about other people, about business, about what you're going to be learning. So many things about yourself, your children, how you mother, how you are a sister, how good of a friend you are. You're going to learn who your real friends are, who your real supporters are, who your best clients are, who your worst clients are, what best business practices you should do, what worst practices that you need to put aside. You're going to be learning so many things about yourself. And so many of y'all get caught up in how long it's taking. It's taking so long for me to get there. Many times, a lot of you don't want to be mentored. You don't want to be coached. You don't want to be helped. And then when you are being coached, you're resistant. But some of y'all need to lean into, learning the best versions of yourself while there's still time. Because all of us are still young. We're still young. You may feel old. If you feel old, you need to get up and stretch. You need to walk. Get out in nature. Get in some sun. Take walks. Eat more fruits and vegetables. Drink more water. When you get sleep, get some good deep sleep. Get you a good mattress. Some of y'all need to throw out your old mattress and get a new one. Your back is all jacked up. You need good, pristine sleep. Get yourself together. What is your routine from day to day? Your calendar. Are you living by your calendar? Do you have things wrote out of what you said you're going to do? Do you design your day? Do you declare your morning? Do you declare your evening? Do you declare over your business? Some of you stop speaking over your business because you listen to what everybody is saying. Every single day until you get settled in your spirit, you need to be declaring and decreeing over your business, over your life, over your future, over your children, over your family, over your head, over your brain, over your body, over your health. You need to be going in every single day about you. You don't play about you. Stop playing about you. So stop letting people play with you. Stop letting people play with your vision. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. If people are sending you job descriptions, stop asking for them. Because I know I can feel it in my spirit. I can see in the spirit some of y'all are asking. If you know anybody that's hiring, stop doing that. You're going backwards. You're going into somebody else's, under the thumb of somebody else's power. God called you out here. Stop asking people, do they have any recommendations or what jobs? Girl, I got to give me a job. No, you don't. You need to stop being lazy. Work the works. Work the works. If you got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, work the works. That's ridiculous. We got to stop doing it. You know, I started back getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I get up at 4 a.m. now. I wash my face. I have my prayer time. I have my 3 pages where I journal. I do my the artist way, 3 pages of journaling. And you know what? Sometimes you will be surprised at how many times some of y'all got all of these problems that you're holding on to and you're trying to figure out how. When you write and you journal in the morning, many times you literally solve your own problems. I wrote out 3 pages of this morning and started off rough, complaining about stuff, and ended up on the 3rd page, literally writing out the intuitive part and saying, like, I can't believe I just solved my own problem. I just solved my own problem. There it is right there. It's spirit just flowing through you. Because most times we start things to be all ego. And it takes your spiritual health to keep progressing through it. You can't start a thing and not get spiritual intervention, spiritual insight, spiritual support. You gotta have that if you're going to do this work, if you're going to get out here in these uncharted waters and work the works. This is your name on the line. I have women in my inbox all the time talking about, I just had to, I don't know, coach, I think I'm gonna have to, that's silly. Baby, do what you have to do. But I'm gonna tell you this, you're gonna be back out here, because when you go back into those rooms and into those cubicles, the inner you is going to be calling out to create again. It always happens. And then people get back out there again because you're not happy. It's a temporary state. I was telling a client this recently, and she was saying that I used to always tell myself, coach, that I always can get me a job. I can always get me a job. And I told her, I said, that's the reason why you keep going back. Because you give yourself a plan B. When you said that you are walking by faith, there is no plan B. Plan A is the plan. I don't care who's in office. I don't care if they got I don't care if they got tanks outside your door. I don't care if they're rolling down the street. The plan is the plan. Because some of y'all are called to be funders of the kingdom. Because you got givers. And then you got funders. Because you got people that give from their lack, but people who are called to fund are giving from their abundance. Y'all better go on. Y'all don't play. Don't even play with me. Don't even play with me. Do not play. You got to get back to the realm of decisions. Go back to the decision that you made. Stop jaw jacking and going behind the fence, in front of the fence, going to the left side, going to the right side, jumping over here, jumping over there on this strategy. Now I'm gonna do this. Now I'm gonna try this today. And I don't want to do, I don't know what to do now. And maybe I need to do it like this. And maybe I need to go with this girl doing, and maybe this. Sometimes your way is the way spirit gave you. Every time I try to divert from the strategy, spirit bring me right back. Spirit said that the strategy has never changed. It has never changed. There is nothing wrong with adjusting and adapting, but your strategy of how you get to the millions is a very concrete, focused strategy. I just got full, so just my spirit just quickened right there, because the way, because everything is divinely given to you. When it's given to you, the strategy is the strategy. I don't care what method comes out that's the latest and the greatest. The strategy that was given to you is the way, the truth, and the light of where you're supposed to be going. I'm talking to myself. I know it. It's just, maybe this is for me. It might be. It might be for me. And that's okay if it is. Because at this point, you got to make it happen, no matter if you unsure or not. Because there's a lot of people that ain't sure. You're gonna always wake up trying to your mind gonna always play with you. Your mind gonna keep playing with you. That's just how it is. That's how it is. Mm-mm. 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 You got to keep on anyway. You got to keep on anyway. And it don't matter. It don't matter what the economists say. It don't matter. I just need y'all to understand that where we are right now, it was factored in. It was a part of the formula. I'm laughing at you, Kendra. It was in the formula when it was divinely given to you. It was a part of it. It was a part of the call. So that's why I don't even get nervous anymore, because I know that the only way to get to the other side is that you got to go through. And going through is where character is really built. Yep. Character is built right there. Character is built right there. Uh-huh. It was built right there. It's built. It's built in that time, because this is the time of testimony. I got a mind to get off this live and run clean out here in this rain, because that right there, that's something. You were selected strategically during this time to go through. And I'm not talking about go through it in a struggle, but go through it with a sturdiness of understanding that on the other side of this, I'm going to come out as pure gold. Because through this, I'm learning so much about myself. I'm learning so much about other people. I'm learning so much, because this is a time of learning. This is a time of learning who you are. Because some of y'all can't get to the promised land. You can't get to where you're supposed to be if you are not equipped to become the person and in the person that you're supposed to be. Because when you get to that side, not only will you have it, you got to have it, and you got to keep it, and you got to protect it. You got to protect it. You got to protect it, because only a person that has been trained and prepared to go through this and to come out on the other side is someone who has properly prepared and properly intelligent enough to get the blessing, and get the blessing to keep the blessing, and then also learn how to protect it. Giving up is not an option. I mean, we ain't even gonna speak that no more. Giving up is not, that's ridiculous. We are not. In fact, I need you to speak all things as if it's happening right now, because there's literally only now. There is no, the future is made up. The future has to be created into your experience. I hope y'all understand that, because if you don't create the future, you are allowing the powers thereof to give you a future to live, because you don't know how to create it yourself. You haven't even sat down and even learned how to design your own future, because you don't live by a calendar. The calendar, oh my gosh, the calendar gives you a blueprint, a blank blueprint. This is the future. This is the future right here. I'm designing what my future looks like. The calendar has blank pages. It has slots. Y'all, I'm about to, I need to get off of here. Like, on this calendar, there are blank blocks for you to write in what you want to see. There are like week by week, this week, do you have something wrote down of what you were going to do this week? What if I don't care what, Jay, what if it doesn't happen? You all the way down there because you are second guessing your own work ethic. But if I got my calendar and it's blank for the week coming up, that means that I have the authority to design and write out what I want to see happen because I'm creating it in. And I got to do that with intent. Some of y'all ain't wrote in your calendars that you went and bought all, you didn't squandered all this money. You went on Etsy, you went to Target, you went to all the vision board parties, you bought this influencers planner and manifestation quotes and laws of the universe and Bible scriptures, wrote all of it through, and you haven't cracked it open since January 1st. Some of y'all don't even know where it's at. Don't even know where your calendar is. I carry my calendar, this big old thing, I carry it everywhere I go. Because I don't know when something is going to drop in my spirit and I got to write it down. Girl, my purse is too small for that. I don't care what I say. See, that's the thing. Creators carry stuff like this everywhere. Because like I said, all my friends, they got purses. They got purses unless you're going to an event or some type of formal event. Of course, I ain't talking about coming in with a big old laptop bag. But most places, I have to carry something big. I have to carry my calendar with me or a notebook because I don't know when I'm going to get an idea. I don't know when I'm going to get something or an event that I need to see. What is my week looking like? I need to know what I'm doing. And I need to check in with myself to know what I'm doing. Because when I check in and I know what I'm doing, I'm able to stay on track. Because it's aligned to who Jay is becoming. Y'all. Well, it's not like it was, coach. It's not like it was. You know why it's not like it was? Because you haven't sat yourself long enough and said, okay, I'm having these feelings. And sometimes you got to have a business meeting with God. You got to have a business meeting with spirit. You got to have a business meeting with your higher self and say, you know what? I'm having these beliefs. Obviously, I got to adapt. Obviously, there are some changes and shifts, but are these my beliefs or is this just an illusion? And I just need to, are these facts? What do I need to do to believe different? What do we need to do now to shift? And some of us are not getting insight because we are going by old things. We're going by what we felt before. It is time for us to go and get strategies that is going to last. It's got to keep us going. And many of us have diverted from the strategy that worked before, that still works to this day. You just got to get solid. And you just got to get in your right belief system. You got to create a new belief system. And you got to know what you're doing. You got to start knowing and start confirming and start speaking. In fact, I'm going to tell y'all this. Every morning you wake up, you need to just wake up and start speaking over your day. You need to start speaking over your body, speaking over your mind, speaking over your business, speaking over your family. Like, and don't even think about getting the phone and let me see what's on TikTok. Let me see what's on this. No, you need to immediately, as soon as you wake up in the morning, you need to say your gratitude and you need to go right into speaking over stuff. I'm not allowing my brain and my vision to be corrupted by whatever that's going on. The vision is still intact. I am being divinely guided. My steps are being ordered. And that's just the bottom line. I'm never being ordered wrong. I'm never being led in the wrong direction. I'm never being sent into a place where quitting is involved. I'm not being guided towards people who are not good for me. I'm only being guided towards places where people are taking me higher than I was. See, I've passed all the tests. I don't need another test. I need all wins going forward. I need all what do they call it? Trampolines. I just need to be bouncing to the next level. I just need to be going upward. Everything is an escalator. I'm going up, 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 and up. There's no down. There's no going back. There's no God took me back a little bit. No, I'm not going backwards. I'm only going forwards. And the only reason I'm telling you this is because a lot of y'all want to count going backwards as progression. And y'all got to stop adopting those beliefs. Just because you went backwards and say, oh, it was good for me to do this. No, many times it's because you believed yourself to go backwards. You got to start developing the fortitude and the imagination and the understanding that only going forward, I'm only going up. I'm only going up. I'm only going towards progression. I'm only going towards the best friends, the best connections, the best this, the best that, the best software, the best clientele. I'm only being guided towards the best. And doors are opening up for me with ease. Contracts are yeses. I'm getting responses back. Yes. I'm getting invitations back. Yes. I'm getting approvals back. Yes. Yes. That's all I want to hear. If you're telling me no, I got to go to the next person. You got to move out the way. You got to start having this absolute 100% certainty that nothing is stopping me, not even the economy, not Biden, not the Democrat, not the Republican, none of this stuff. Nobody is stopping this train. Nothing. Everything right now is being guided by spirit. Everything right now is being guided by God. That's all. That's it. That's it. And if anybody has a problem with it, that's between them and their feelings. I don't have the time to babysit. So before you throw your vision in the garbage, before you say, I can't do it anymore, you need to come back to this video. You got stuff to do. You busy from today on to December 31st and even into 2025, you are busy. You need to learn about financial literacy. You need to learn more about investments. You need to learn about business practices. You need to learn more and more about payroll. You need to learn more about HR laws. You got to learn more about taxes and tax attorneys and tax accountants. You need to learn about contractual management. You need to learn about management skills, time management, and energy management. You need to learn how to tap into spirit. You need to learn how to create better content. You need to get your house ready for content management and content creation. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong. This is a content creation age. We're in an era where all you got to do is use your phone, camera, get you a little $20 ring light or $15 ring light from Amazon, a little tripod, your Wi-Fi, and go to town. Get your house in order. Get your mindset in order. Order you some books off Amazon. Start reading more. Start writing more. Learn how to get yourself some sleep and calm the mind down. You got too much on the altar. You got too much on the vision board. You got to start declaring and decreeing. You have got to start walking in the truth of who you are. And stop holding back. Stop being fearful of what's to come. Create it. Get your calendar out and start intentionally creating. Put you some meditation music. For some of you, maybe worship music. Sometimes I listen to worship music. Sometimes I listen to meditation music or binaural beats. Something that puts me in the mode of creating. Because when I create, there is no time. Time is no longer a factor. I don't think about what time it is. I don't think about, oh my gosh, I need to do this. I do this in no time. There is no time. I'm in time, but not governed by time. So when I use my calendar, when I write in my calendar, when I plan in my calendar, when I design my week in my calendar, when I create the results that I want to see in my calendar, that is the future that I am expecting in. So I'm not surprised when it happens because I've already believed it in. I've already brought it in. I've already wrote what I expected. So I'm not all or surprised or shocked or, oh my God, I can't believe that happened to me, because I already wrote it out. See, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I saw something today on TikTok and it was such a good message. And he said that dreams go to die in the planning phase. We plan and then we don't do nothing with the plan. They call that intentions. Those are intentions that you're doing. I intend to do it, but there is no inspired action attached to it. So you don't go anywhere, but it stays in planning mode. That's just like, I want to design my house and I have a blueprint for it, but I don't seek out the builders. I don't seek out the contractors. I don't seek out who's going to help me construct this. I don't start going and looking at tile. I don't start looking at paint and appliances. I don't start thinking about, the square footage of it all and seeking out land and plots for me to go and put that house on. I don't think about those things because I'm just daydreaming. But if I have a vision and it's a house, I'm going to go and seek out what I need to seek out to bring it to life. Even if I don't quite know what I'm doing, I'm walking out by faith. And every step of the way, I'm being guided to the next person and to the next person and to the next person. I could be at Starbucks having a coffee and somebody next to me sits down all of a sudden, he has his own construction company, or it's a woman that's a project manager of a construction and can offer me a deal because I'm in alignment. Alignment is not per time. Alignment is per, are you walking in an inspired action? When spirit tells you to go right and you go left, you doing that based on your own understanding, because that right could have led you to somebody who has a construction company. That right could have led you to somebody who has materials, and that could point you in the right direction of where some good, affordable, fertile land is. You got to start walking by faith. Even through this, some of y'all, like 2023 was a very crazy year for me. But to know that I made 40% more than I did the year before, I was so surprised because I worked my butt off last year. And I'm prepared to do 5x this year if I have to. And I don't care about that. I'm fine with doing that. Because every year I'm getting better and better and better. That's why you got to take care of yourself. That's why you got to take care of your mind, body, and spirit, period. You got to start doing that. You've got to start doing that. The only way out is through. There's no quitting involved. We're not going anywhere where quitting is uttered so effortlessly. And that means even in spaces and in Facebook groups and forums and conversations with, I don't want to hear that. Don't come to me talking about I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. That's silly. Because I'm going to say, go back and get your prophecy. Go back and get your dream. Go back and get your vision. You need to write all that down. This is the time in the season. This is the time in the season. This is it. Your greatest testimony is being unfolded right now. Your greatest testimony is being unfolded right now. You're going to be one of the ones that can look back during 2020 to 2025 or whatever year that is, and you can attest to, this is where I was, and this is how we ended up. And here I am standing in my mansion. Here I am standing on my land. Here I am standing in my vacation home. Here I am standing with this going on, and I'm on a cruise. I'm doing this, then the third. I am living the life that I've always dreamed of because I walked by faith. I ignored the talk. I ignored what everybody else was giving me. People telling me I need to fold. People telling me I need to give up. People telling me I need to just dissolve the business. And something told me to keep going, because I'm going to say this and I got to get off of here. God specializes in the impossible. Times like this, it is supposed to be pressing for you. You're supposed to press in. You're supposed to go and get divine order and divine direction and divine instruction. These are times when you're supposed to be connected to the divine ever so closely. Some of y'all just give up because your emotions take over. You can wake up depressed and go to bed happy. Do you know how women, especially women, I don't know if any man is still on here, women kind of psycho. We're unhinged in some cases. We wake up happy and at peace and go to bed mad. That's what we do. We're up and down all day. But times like this is when you're really supposed to lean in. You're supposed to lean in. You're supposed to lean in. You're supposed to. Even in confusion, you're supposed to lean in. Even when you don't know, you're supposed to lean in. Even when you can't see your way and you're confused about which next step you're supposed to take, you're supposed to lean in. These are times where you have to go to God and say, listen, hold on. Now we said, what's going on? I need you to tell me which way we're going. Because see, what we're not trying to do is be confused, and I don't want to lean on my own understanding by my own emotions, and I end up 10 steps away from where I'm supposed to be. I'm trying to accelerate this thing. Where we going? Because there are people still winning, and you can't tell me that there's only going to be so many people winning and so many. You are built for this. You just got to get fearless. You got to get productive. You got to get disciplined. You got to let people go that ain't supposed to be around you in those spaces. You got to release, and you got to forgive yourself. You got to forget the past, and you got to roll on. I'm skipping Valentine's. I'm skipping that. This year is about building. This year is about hyper growth. And I don't feel no parts about that. And you don't even have to do what I do. I'm telling you straight up, you don't have to do what I do. I'm telling you this for myself. And I don't want nobody to feel like, well, if she a coach like that, I'm gonna tell you this. Even like I tell my clients, I don't know your goals. I don't know how bad you want it. But I can tell by your actions how bad you want it. And some of y'all just don't want it. Some people just don't want it. So you got to change your language, and you need to change it fast. Giving up is not an option. After a couple of days, I'm going to take this down, and you can see this video on YouTube if you need to go back and look at it. But I'm telling you the truth. You've got to get it together. This is your time and your season. Everything that's going on right now, what is a part of your story. Because on the other side of this, when you go through it, onto the other side, victory awaits, and you're already victorious as you're going through because you're planning your way out. All right. The link in my caption has the masterclass, has my digital products, get you some help. Get coached if you want to come into the Matriarch. You know where I'm at. Love you. Have a blessed rest of your week, your weekend, and let's get to work.